namaste everyone. Namaste, Rua. Rua is my yoga mama today. Thank you so much, Rua, for spending time with us and going through this flow. So the purpose with this flow is just going to be to really create space, to ground us, to center into this moment, and to allow you to really experience the journey of a pregnancy, whatever stage it is that is bringing you through. And also, of course, to prepare for labor. And for labor, we need lots and lots of strength.
Yeah.
Lots of strength. So this is Rua's second pregnancy. She already has a 3-year-old. And the funny thing is, our sons, we share the same birthday.
That's right.
Yeah, 2
and
years.
They also love each other.
And they love each other, 2 years apart.
That's right. Anita paved the way for me, inspired me. So here I am.
And Rua inspires me. She has a beautiful practice. And we're going to go through just a little flow for you that you can do through all stages of your pregnancy, right? So Rua is in a cross-legged position, just seated, but we're going to recline back using a bolster, 2 blocks, and a Mexican blanket. So basically what you're going to do is put your blocks in like the medium height and the highest height, and then you're going to put the bolster over those so that you're coming to an inclined position.
And I'll get my bum right there.
Yes, and you got your bum right where the edge is so that you feel comfortable in your lower back. Then you're going to take the Mexican blanket and roll it up and put it on top of your feet, and then wrap it in under your shins and draw it in, sort of like it looks like a donut. Mm-hmm. Yes. And that pulls your legs together and it supports the hips to open. And then you're going to use your arms and then gradually drape yourself over the bolster so that the chest stays open, shoulders open. And it should feel like you're in a position where you are comfortable, like you get into that position and you're like, oh my God, this is like the best position ever.
I feel that way, so that's good.
I remember I was pregnant once, and that when I was pregnant, it was very hard to breathe because everything was just pushing up, towards the diaphragm. So this was one position that I truly, truly treasured and did every single opportunity that I could. So I just want you to feel yourself in this position and notice how you feel at this moment. Just allow everything, it sort of drop down. Center yourself into your breath, so you try to take full, complete inhales and full, complete exhales. You can place your hands on your belly, just stroke your belly. And you can place one hand on the belly, one hand on your heart if you want to. If it feels better to just rest the arms at the side of your body, you can also do that. But you're basically just withdrawing yourself from the external environment and to your own internal environment. And checking in, noticing how you're feeling. Noticing how your body is feeling. And completely soften your face. Beautiful. Now, should you feel that there's too much of a pull through the inner thighs, you could also put some blocks behind your thighs so that your legs could just rest into the blocks. And then you could use pillows behind your bolsters. If you don't have a bolster, of course, you can use pillows to prop yourself up. Just be creative. Wonderful. And now gradually, Rura is going to start to come back up, and you're going to lift yourself back up, and then you draw your knees together. Use your hands if you need to. You can roll yourself over to the side, which is recommended, and then gradually push yourself up to a seated position. If you want to use that blanket and fold it up and sit on it, feel free to do that. And then work your hands to your heart. Chest is lifted, shoulders are rolled back. And bow down into the highest place within you. This is the place where you know exactly what you need to do at every single moment of your day. It's about trusting and drawing in so you can listen in to what it is that you need. Just try to stay connected to your breath so that the mind can quiet down. Release any chatter of the mind. And that way you'll be able to listen in to what it is that you need. And then feel free to set an intention for your practice. And then gradually lift your chin and open your eyes. Good. And then come forward to a tabletop position. So we're going to put the blanket to the side, and we're going to open up the arms so that the arms are shoulder distance apart. The wrists are under the shoulders, and your legs are hip distance apart or a little bit wider if you need to. Point your feet. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to round your spine into a cat stretch. Just drop your head. And then inhale, arch it to a cow. Curl your toes under. And do that again. Exhale, round it into a cat. Feel like your abdomen is almost surrounded by a hammock, and the hammock is pulling your abs in. And then inhale, arch. Just allow yourself to sink a little bit into the hammock. And then do that again. Exhale, round. So this is a good way of keeping your abdominal muscles strong without contracting and tightening them too much. Inhale and arch. And also keeping your spine flexible. One more time. Exhale, round into cat. Hold it there. Feel that the shoulder blades are separating, and breathe right in between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, arch it to cow. Now press back into your toes and the feet. Draw up through the belly, and then press with the palms, and exhale, go into a downward facing dog. Drawing your hips up, lengthening the spine, and working your weight back down into your legs. You can lift your toes off the floor if you can. Inhale, lengthen yourself into plank. And then exhale, either lower the knees to the floor or lower straight down into a chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back. Good. And then exhale it to downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale it to plank. Exhale it to chaturanga, either straight or on your knees. Inhale to upward facing dog. And if upward facing dog does not feel good for you, just push it back up to plank. And exhale to downward dog. Wonderful. One more time. Inhale it to plank. Exhale it to chaturanga, developing strength in the arms. Inhale to upward dog, core strength. Exhale it to downward facing dog. And leg strength as well. Now you're going to lift your heels off the floor and slowly lower the knees back into the floor, slowly. So the slower you go, the more you're going to have to use your abdominals and your arms to support you. Move your hands back. And now we're going to stretch the wrists and the forearms. So you're going to turn your fingers inwards. So you rotate your fingers out, and then your fingers are going to point in the direction of your toes. And now we're going to do the same cat and cow stretch. So you're going to exhale round, and then inhale arch. How does that feel, Rura?
Amazing.
Good. Do that again. Exhale, round. You know, we get so tight in our wrists and in our forearms. Inhale, arch.
This would be a good postnatal one too because of holding the baby.
Holding the baby, exactly. It's just so much work holding a baby. And again, 2 more times. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Great. One more time. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. Lovely. Come back into a neutral position and then change it. Just do one hand at a time back to the center. Curl the toes under and exhale it back into downward facing dog again. Lovely. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. One more time, you're going to lift your heels, lower the knees into the floor. This time you're going to sit back into hero pose. So you can either sit back on your heels or use 1 or 2 blocks, however many blocks you need to come into a comfortable position. This is going to stretch your quads, stretches your shins, the tops of the feet as well as your knees. So find as much of a vertical spine as you can, lifting the chest up, where your head is over your shoulders and your shoulders are over your pelvis. Open your arms out to the side, shoulder height. You're going to turn your palms up and then bend your elbows, resting your fingertips to the floor. To the shoulders. And now you're going to make as big circles as you can with your arms, drawing your elbows as close together as you can. And then try to draw the elbows back as far as you can. So you inhale half of the circle and you exhale the rest of the circle. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go in reverse. Draw the elbows back, up, forward, and down. Inhale, half the circle back. Exhale the rest of the circle forward. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more time. In and exhale. Lovely. Release the arms down and sweep the arms to the side and up. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the hands to the heart. And now bend forward again for downward facing dog. I'm going to take the block away. Exhale it all the way down. All right, now inhale, lift your right leg to a 3-legged dog. Easy. If that doesn't feel good, just skip it. And then exhale, draw the knee forward and step that right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Keeping your hands to the inside. Your hands can go on blocks here if you need to. And then roll your shoulders open and inhale. And then exhale, straighten out your right leg. Feel free to flex the right foot if you want to. Then inhale, bend the knee, roll the shoulders open. And then exhale, straighten the leg out. Inhale, bend, roll it open. Exhale, straighten it out. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Stretches the hamstrings and then opens up the left hip flexor and quad. Bend the knee. Ground the palms to the floor or keep them on the blocks and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale to chaturanga, either straight or on the knees. Inhale to upward facing dog. And then exhale it to downward facing dog. Now we inhale, lift the left leg to 3-legged dog. And then exhale, draw the knee forward and step that left foot to your left pinky. Hands are to the inside of the foot and then either stay here on your fingertips like Rua is doing or place your hands on blocks like we did on the other side. Exhale, straighten out the left leg. Inhale, bend, roll the shoulders open. Exhale, straighten it out. Beautiful. Inhale, bend, roll it open. Again, exhale, straighten it out. Inhale, roll it open. Just 2 more times. Exhale, stretching the left hamstring. Inhale, stretching the right hip flexor, opening up the chest. Last one, exhale. And inhale. So either keep your hands on blocks or on the floor and step it back into a downward dog. Exhale. Inhale one more time to plank pose. Exhale it to chaturanga. Into upward dog, really lift up, roll the shoulders open. And exhale, downward dog. And remember, if upward dog doesn't feel good, just push up into plank and go to down dog from there. Are we okay, Rura?
Oh, I feel great.
Yeah. Good. Now inhale, lift your right leg to 3-legged dog again. And exhale, step that right foot forward. This time inhale, lift up into a crescent lunge. So you're going to come all the way up and straighten out the right leg. And then exhale, you're going to bend the knee, work your palms together into namaste. Do that again. Inhale, stretch the arms up, straighten the leg out, and then bend the knee, palms together. 3 more times. Inhale, really try to draw up through the center line, and then exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Beautiful. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Hold it there. Now reach the arms to the ceiling. Or you can open the arms out to the side and just try to hinge forward for warrior 3. See if you can push off. And if you need to lower the fingertips to the floor, or palms onto blocks, go for it. Just work on levelness with the hips and feel like you're really drawing and lifting the belly up. Good. Lifting your chest, rolling the shoulders back. Contract the left quad. Try to squeeze a bit through the bottom of the buttocks and lengthen out through the heel and lengthen out through the spine to the crown of the head. Lovely strength here for the buttocks, for the legs, for the abs. Great for balance. And then slowly step it back again into a crescent lunge as you inhale smoothly. And then exhale it all the way to downward facing dog. Easy, make space. Into plank pose. Exhale it again, chaturanga, straighter on the knees. Inhale, upward dog or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now inhale, we lift the left leg to 3-legged. And then exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, lift it all the way up into a crescent lunge and straighten out the left leg as you reach the arms up. And then exhale, bend the knees, palms together, namaste. And again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. 3 more times. And in order to maintain the balance, it helps to keep a focal point, a drishti, in front of you. And just trust your legs as you're moving. Like really trust your abdominal muscles as you're moving. And it's fine if you wiggle a little bit side to side. No biggie. Balance is not static. And then either extend the arms up, open them to the side, or bring them to the back. Hinge it forward for warrior 3. Place your hands on blocks. We want to try to get the hips leveled, chest lifted. Again, try to lift up through the belly. It's like you have that hammock drawing you up. You're not sinking into the hammock. Roll it back, contract the right quad, squeeze through the right buttocks, and stretch out through that right heel. Lovely, just hold that, stretching the legs and strengthening the legs a little bit independently. It helps a lot for back support. Beautiful. Then gently step it back to a crescent lunge. Inhale. Lovely. And then exhale to downward facing dog. So good. One more time. Inhale it to plank pose. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog or plank. And exhale to downward facing dog. Beautiful, beautiful. Now you can lift your heels and slowly lower the knees into the floor and rest into a child's pose. And for child's pose, you have to separate your knees, keep your feet, big toes together, and then hinge it forward. If it feels better for you to place your forehead onto a block, you can do so, but just make sure that you have space for your belly to be and for yourself to breathe. And just let your hips become heavy. And as you're breathing, try to inhale, inflate the back, and then exhale, deflate the back. Lovely. One more. Now you're going to withdraw and roll yourself up. Use your arms. Just press the palms against the floor of the fingertips and gradually lift up. We come into downward facing dog one more time. As we exhale. Let's lift the right leg to three-legged dog again. Exhale, we step the right foot forward, and now we're going to pivot the left heel in 45 degrees and inhale it up to a warrior one. Exactly. So you want to try to center so that your head and your shoulders are over your pelvis, drawing the right leg forward as you extend back into your left leg, but feeling like you're lifting your torso up so that you're creating length in your spine. Bring the arms behind your back and interlace the left index finger on top of the right. And then you're going to lift your chest, roll the shoulders open. So the more you try to lift your chest and roll the shoulders open, the more extension you'll create through the spine. So you don't have to throw your head back. Just feel that the neck is long. So when you're in this position, you're still able to fully breathe. Lovely. And now open it up into a warrior two as you exhale. Yeah, here we go. The right knee is over the ankle and the second toe. We're rooting into the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale, reverse, warrior two, easy. We go up and just bend as far to the side as you can. Lightness with that left arm. Exhale to extended side angle, forearm to the thigh. Reach that left arm over the left ear. Good, do that again. Inhale, reverse, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse, lovely. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. And now this time, exhale into triangle. So we're going to straighten out the right leg and reach the left arm up. So here you have different variations. Ruai is lowering your fingertips to the floor, but you can keep your right palm on your shin. And you can also place your palm onto a block if you need to stay up a little bit higher. Just feel that you're rooting down into your feet and you're drawing up through your thighs, drawing up through the pelvic floor and lifting and drawing in through the belly. And then rolling the belly and the heart towards the ceiling, just as much as you feel is okay for you. Yeah, if you want to reach the left arm over the left ear, you can do that too. Creates extra space here for breath. And then inhale, come all the way up. Yeah. Now you're going to exhale, you're going to pivot on the right heel and turn your right toes in. So you're pigeon-toed, lift your heels and come into temple pose or goddess pose. So allow the knees to draw towards your little toes. All right, scoop your tail under just a little bit and feel that lift through the lower belly. Lovely. And then cross the right elbow on top of the left. Lift your elbows a bit, drop the shoulders down. So good. Does that feel good, Rua? Now you're going to keep the chest lifted, and in that position you're going to hinge it forward. So your shoulders and your hips are going to be in the same plane. So you're drawing your heart forward and you're drawing your tailbone back. So it's a very safe position to be in. Your legs are supporting you here, but it's opening up the hips. Good. Then gradually to come out, press through the feet, curl the tail under, lift through the breastbone, reach the arms up as you inhale, and then exhale, let's ride the slide. Exhale, go back. And again, inhale, lift up, lengthen. And then exhale, go back. Beautiful. Inhale, squeeze through the inner thighs, draw them towards each other, and exhale, scoot it back. 2 more times. Inhale it up. And exhale. Lovely. Last one. Inhale. Hold it there. Draw the hands to the heart as you exhale. Lift your heels. Turn the heels back out so that you're pigeon-toed, and come to the left into a warrior two. Exactly. So just be very mindful in those transitions so that you're not torquing your ankles or your knees. But always feel like you're lifting up in order to create that space. So now the left knee is over the ankle. Hips are leveled, rooting into the right foot. Head is over the shoulders and shoulders are over the pelvis. Inhale, reverse warrior two, go up and over. And exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. So fully trust your legs. Inhale, reverse to stay connected to the breath. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, lift up, straighten out that left leg, and descend into your triangle pose. So good. And then just like the other side, your fingertips can be on the floor. Your palm can be on your shin, or your palm can be on a block. And then one other thing here, you can look up towards your right fingertips. If that hurts your neck, you can look to the side, and then you can also even look down, right? Even as you're looking down, you can still roll the navel and the heart towards the ceiling, right? You never want to be in a position where you feel any tension in your neck or that you are compromising your breath. We don't want to practice like we're on life support, right? It's not a good place to be. All right, now slowly start to come up. Exhale it again to pivot and turn the left heel in, left toes in. So you're pigeon-toed, lift your heels and turn your heels in. We're back to goddess pose. Maybe this time you want to go a little lower. Oh yeah. Got to feel a little bit of that burn, right? As we feel that burn, we know that we're getting stronger and more enduring. And you're going to need that strength for labor. Now cross the left elbow on top of the right for the eagle arms. Lift your elbows, drop your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, and then try to hinge it forward again. So basically you just stick your butt out, almost like you're sticking it out the window, and draw your heart forward. Full breath. Try to keep the shoulders lined up with your hips. So the more you draw the breastbone forward and pelvis back, you'll feel support through your lower back. Lots of strength through the legs. Yeah, gradually scoop the tail under and lift the breastbone, reach it up. Yes, and you can use your hands, exactly. And then come all the way up, reach the arms. And then exhale, go for the slide again. Scoot it back. And come up. Good, inhale. Exhale, scoot it back. Inhale, up. Exhale, scoot it back. Inhale, gradually up. 2 more times. Exhale, scoot it back. Inhale, up. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Ooh, just take a moment. Lovely. And just notice how you feel. If you need to adjust your legs, go for a little bit of an adjustment. And you're going to parallel the feet now for intense leg stretch. And now we're going to exhale and we're going to bend forward. So you can take 2 blocks, you can lift them as high as you need them to be. If you need to come a little bit higher, of course, you can use a chair, keep it in front of you, and just descend forward so that you take the chair a little bit further away. Good, so you continue to get a stretch through the chest and continue to open up the front body a little bit more. Do whatever feels good. Try to keep your toes lifted here and then root down into the 4 corners of your feet. Draw up through the quads. So you're getting strength in the quads and you're also getting stretch in the hamstrings. Lots of length in your spine. You also get a little bit of an inversion here, some rush of blood to the head and brain. Yeah, and if you want to go to the floor Ruai, feel free to do so. You can show that variation. Yeah, Ruai is fine in that position. Lovely. And then gradually walk your hands back. And now we're going to turn to the left into a low lunge position. And take the blocks with you if you need to. And then open the leg a little bit more to the left, to that edge of the mat left. And we're going to lower the right knee into the floor. And you can point the foot. And then lift your chest. You're going to lean over into the right palm. So the palm can either be on the block or on the floor. Place your left hand on your lower back and sacrum. And just do a little gentle open twist. So we don't want to do, very deep twists, of course, when we're pregnant. But just a little open twist. If it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Yeah? And now see if you can bend your right leg and take a hold of that right foot with your left hand. And you can either, place your palm onto the block there. You can either draw the heel towards the buttocks. You can lower down onto your forearm like Ruai is doing.
It's my favorite pose.
So it's her favorite pose, yeah.
Pregnancy pose.
Yeah, I love this pose too, even though I'm not pregnant. I do this all the time. Lovely. Stay with the breathing. Good. Now you're gradually going to start to work your way back up. Mindfully, just using the arms. Come back into that low lunge position. And you're going to transition into the center. Take the blocks with you. And then we're going to face over to the right into a low lunge. And then again, hands to the inside of the right foot. And you can move your foot a little bit more towards the edge of the mat. Lower the left knee into the floor. Point the foot. Good. Now your right palm is either grounded on the block or on the floor. And your left hand is going to place onto sorry, your right hand, your right hand. So your left hand is grounded and your right palm is on your lower back sacrum for support. Just notice how it feels on this side. And then again, also try to bend your left leg. Take a hold of that foot. By all means, if it feels like it's too tight and it's not happening today, just stay in the position with the knee on the floor. Full breaths, lifting out of the shoulders. Beautiful. Now you're slowly going to release and gradually use your arms, using your abs to gradually come out of it into a low lunge, and you step back into downward facing dog. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, let's do a few more vinyasas, and now you can add on a little bit of a push-up if you want to. Come into a plank pose. All right, lower down to a chaturanga and push up into a plank. Lower back down to chaturanga, go to upward facing dog, inhale. And then exhale it to downward facing dog. Lovely. Shall we try that one more time? Inhale it to plank. Lower down, lower the knees if needed. Push yourself back up. Lower back down to chaturanga, upward facing dog, or it could be plank and downward facing dog. I cannot emphasize it enough how important the strength aspect is. Let's inhale the right leg to three-legged dog. Now we're going to go into pigeon pose. We're going to draw the knee and step it forward. And then toe heel the right foot to the left. Open up the lower leg as far as you need to create space in your belly. Open the leg as far to the side as you need to. And then just make sure that your hips are squared off to the front as they can. And the way that you'll know that is if you try to rotate your left thigh inwards and you're in the center of the quad, the shin, and the top of the foot. So you can inhale, lift your chest. You can hang out there for a little bit. And then you can exhale, just descend forward as far as you can. So there's different ways that you can descend forward. You can stay on your forearms and just keep your chest up a little bit higher. You can also place your forearms onto these blocks, or you can place your forehead onto the blocks. Just like in child's pose, just allow your torso to relax over the leg. Beautiful. Giving a very deep stretch into the buttocks, the outer upper hip, which oftentimes gets, tense. There's all of that pressure that it's feeling through the added weight, through the uterus and the baby. Now move your hands back and come up. And go back to downward facing dog as you exhale. And inhale, left leg forward. And go into pigeon on this side. Good, just use a little bit of time to set yourself up. Rotating the right thigh inwards, point the foot. And exhale, descend it forward. Good. And just really notice how each side feels. There's always one side that is usually tighter than the other. Some days you might find that you can move deeper into it. Other days you might find that you have to move away a little bit, not go as deep into it. That's a huge part of being flexible. Is just to recognize what it is that you need in this moment. Good. Move your hands back and gradually come up to downward facing dog. Lovely. So we just have a few more poses left. Now you're going to slide the right leg into a pigeon pose again, but we're just using that as a transition. So you're going to sit down onto your right sitting bone and you're going to turn it to the back actually, and keep the right sole of your foot towards the left inner thigh with the knee open. So the knee is going to be a little bit more open to the side now to create space for the belly. Yeah, you can sit on a blanket to lift the hips up a little bit more to create further space. Your left foot is extended and flexed. Right, now you're gently going to twist it a little bit to the left. And then reach the right arm to the right ear. Hang out here. Or then gradually bend it over the left arm, the left leg. And it's not so important how far you go into it. What's more important is that you feel that your navel and your chest is rotating up. So allow the right hip to drop down into the floor and feeling that stretch through the right side of your waist. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is one of Rua's favorite poses. Yeah. Good. And gradually you're going to release and come back up. And just change the position. Bend your left leg in and extend your right leg out. Sitting up tall. And you gently, just a little twist to the left. It's open. Reach the left arm to the left ear. Inhale. And then from that rotation, you're going to very gently bend it over to the side and take your time. Feel that the left hip drops down. And although we keep dropping the hip down, it's going to lift, the sitting bone is going to lift up off the floor. And roll the navel and the heart towards the ceiling. Personally, I love side lateral bends. I love this pose too. If it's a day I don't feel so good, I'll do this, and then afterwards life feels so much better. Life feels worth living. So it's just all a matter of creating space. Lovely. Then gradually start to come up. So good. Right, now just gently work your way to the front. So facing. And go into a downward facing dog. And shake it out. Shake it loose. You feel a little bit more space now in the body. Good. Then gently step the right foot forward to the outside of the right pinky. And then the left foot forward to the outside of the left pinky. And then you're going to sit down into a low Indian squat. So allow your pelvis to drop down. Feel that your arms are pressing against your shins, lifting your chest, rolling the shoulders open. Full breath in, full breath out. This is an invaluable pose to do throughout pregnancy. Keeps the legs strong, keeps the legs flexible. Good.
Also work on the Kegels.
Yes, and you can also work on your Kegels here, contracting the pelvic floor and releasing. Or in yoga, we call it the Mula Bandha. Good. All right, and gradually in your own way, Rua, work your way to the floor.
To sit or?
Yeah. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go into the Viparita Karani, which is an inverted position. So when you're pregnant, you can lie back for up to 3 to 5 minutes safely. But of course, check in with your doctor to make sure that it's safe for you to do that.
Or if maybe one day you wouldn't feel like it would be right, so just depending on how you feel that day.
Exactly. And if it doesn't feel right that day, you can put your legs up against the wall and stay a little bit more on an incline. All right? So gently come down to the floor and turning yourself to the side like Rua is doing. Your legs are bent and you're going to lift your pelvis up like you're doing a bridge pose. And you're going to slide your blocks underneath your pelvis.
I like 2 blocks.
Rua likes 2 blocks.
I always do 1.
And you can do 1 and you can put 1 block on a higher level. But just make sure that the blocks are secure. And then make sure that your pelvis is secure on the blocks. And then you just lift 1 leg at a time. Hang out here. And then feel free to straighten the legs out. And allow the shoulders to roll back. You can turn your palms to face up.
I'm just going to adjust myself because if I curl my tailbone under a little, it's more secure.
Yep, so you want to make sure that your lower back is secure on the blocks. And the legs are just up. Now, Rua's hamstrings are long, so she can straighten the legs out. But you can keep them bent and then also put your feet up against the wall for a little added support. So this is great for reverse blood flow to the heart, gives your heart a little bit of a break. But also if you find that your legs swell, it's a great way to just drain the blood and decrease the swelling.
And back to press.
Yes. Do it at night is wonderful to do before you go to bed. It's really a meditation position. It helps to calm the mind down, prepares the mind for further meditation and shavasana. Beautiful. Now, of course, on your own, if you want to hang out a little bit longer, you can. But gradually, we're going to come out of it. So you're going to bend both of your legs, then lower 1 foot to the floor at a time. As you press through the feet, you want to lift the pelvis up using your leg strength. Take the blocks to the side, and then slowly roll yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then roll yourself to the side again, and then push yourself up to a seated position. Lovely. Now we're going to end the way that we began, basically, by placing the blocks like this, and the bolster over. And roll up. up this blanket again.
Just have somebody take care of you.
Yeah, right, isn't it? You have to.
Yeah. It's the first lesson of motherhood.
Yeah,
To
never,
accept
never,
help.
exactly, to accept help. Never be afraid to ask for help whenever you need to. But you know, it's a big practice. That's been a huge practice for me.
For us nurturers.
Mm-hmm. So this is basically going to be your shavasana to end your practice. Just to allow all of the work that you've done, allow it to come together in its own way, whichever way it has to, wants to, or needs to. Right? You have basically controlled your practice. You've put your best effort into your practice. And trust that the effort that you put into your practice today is good enough. Whatever it is you can do is going to contribute on this journey, is going to contribute to the labor. So as much as it is important to put effort in, to strengthen our muscles, to keep ourselves flexible and open, it's very important to also take time out to rest. Because when we allow ourselves to take that time out to rest, we build our strength, we further open ourselves up, and we find flexibility and strength and endurance. As mothers, as nurturers, we want to be as in control as we possibly can, right? But we try to control what we can control, and then beyond that, we just have to try to let go and trust. It's a lifetime practice. So just very gradually, you're going to try to deepen your breath. And just maybe wiggle your toes and your fingers a little bit. So you're gradually bringing yourself back to moving consciousness. And then slowly start to draw your knees together. Help them along. And then roll yourself over to your right or your left side. And gradually come up to a seated position. Feel free to sit on a block or a blanket or your bolster. Do you want? Work your hands to your heart. I hope that this practice has been helpful in some shape or form today. Bow down again into the highest place within you. For the rest of the day, as you practice your yoga off of the mat, try to stay connected to your breath. Just watch your posture. Continue to create space. Trust yourself in the process. Ask for support and guidance whenever you need it. repeat your intention to yourself if you want to. Then lift your chin, sweep the arms to the side and up as you inhale. Take your deepest inhale. And then exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Beautiful. Bye. Namaste.